We are pre-long rest, correct?
Yeah, I don't think we actually slept yet.
Okay, but we are at the inn. It is
We're
like
at the
late
end.
that night.
Yeah. But I don't think he gave us the authority to sleep.
Mm-hmm. All right. I didn't do a poem for tonight, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
I'll flip this table.
Last time you said that you had a poem, so I'm not gonna believe you until it
Last
doesn't
time I
happen.
didn't.
Last time he didn't mention the poem.
Last time I didn't mention.
He didn't mention the poem. He just sprung it on us.
Okay, it's fine. I'm still impressed.
I didn't do a poem tonight. However, not a lot happened last session. There was a lot of talking and making plans, and then Ro got in a fight with Ezek. The
Totally
party was
fine.
split.
Totally fine. It was a really good fight.
You found the. So you were at the church, and Rose stayed behind with Irina at the church while the rest went to check out Blue Water Inn, which they found was in disarray as it had been attacked by Ezek recently that night. Unbeknownst to the party, Ezek had gone straight from the Blue Water Inn to the Church of St. Andrew. And there overcame Ro in an altercation and left with Irina in tow. I think that's about all that happened.
We entered the Blue Water Inn, though, right? Because we went to the Blue
We
Water
went
Inn
back to the Blue Water
after the
Inn
church.
and chatted a bit and helped
Okay.
them clean up. I believe they gave you a shield,
Yep.
which was repaired by Silas
Right.
and made good.
That's real good.
It's real
So
good.
good.
Now I have Irwin's Mace and Irwin's Shield. Do I get like an item set bonus?
Oh, yeah. They're
I
both
don't know.
green items.
I need like Irwin's boots now.
Gotta kill him to take those.
Okay. What if I wear Irwin's face?
Oh god!
So I believe you were deciding to rest for the night at the Church of St. Andrew. Did I miss anything? So basically it.
I thought we were resting at the end. Are you suggesting we rest somewhere else?
No, I meant the end.
Okay.
Hint, hint.
Yeah.
I'm not concerned at all.
You'll be fine.
I mean, we already split the party once. Let's do it again.
Oh my god, never again.
Everyone
Should've
pick
just
a
let
random
her-
house.
Next time I'm just letting her ass get kidnapped.
So I mean, you did. In the morning.
Ouch.
Ow.
Ouch. Come on, Ro. You could have done better.
Next
Wow,
time.
what do you mean next time? In the morning.
I'm hitting the long rest button.
Yeah, go ahead. Long rest.
Yes.
Yeah, did you guys want to do any... I don't know if you needed to do any more first aid stuff before bed, but you could have.
I'm not even not at full.
Nah, I'm full. I don't mean to brag, but, you know, totally full. Wait, is Lee finally undrained?
Nope. I'm at 5 nights of rest.
Oh, got real
Okay.
excited.
So drained. Okay. You were woken up in the morning by a sound outside the window. It's bright and early. Ro, you might be up because you're a Donny person. I'm assuming you get up to do like morning stuff at dawn.
Yeah, this morning my prayers are, what the hell, man?
That's where your guy can hear you.
What the hell, son guy?
So you would already be awake for this, but everyone else wake up as you see fit. But right around dawn, a crier outside the window begins to call. Do I have it? Do I have it?
It's not festival day, is it?
Hear ye, hear ye. Come one, come all, to the greatest celebration of the year, the festival of the blazing sun. Tomorrow morning, festivities begin. Festival of the blazing sun. Attendants and children all required. Rain or shine, all will be well. Come one, come all. Voice continues, fading down the street.
Sounds pretty enthusiastic.
Say
Yep.
children are required?
Yep.
Oh, how did I miss that? Are required. Add it to my notes.
Children are required. Don't like that.
Yeah.
If we kill Ezek, the festival's canceled, right? Or do we also have to kill the Burgermeister?
Kill Burgermeister Rice Burger.
What would you like to do? This morning?
Do we have an actual meeting set up with the associate?
We didn't call it off, so I mean, I would imagine we would. I'll check my notes. Yeah,
It was going to be breakfast today, I think.
Yeah, with an
At
associate.
the inn.
We didn't get any like description for this associate, right?
Nope.
I don't think I necessarily have any planning. I will just pop a squat downstairs and kind of pick a corner seat to watch the door.
I want to cast a spell, but I need to figure out who I'm casting it on. Yeah, I'll hang out in the inn as well.
When Lee wakes up, he's gonna take some of his little strip of cloth that he got earlier.
Yep.
And he ties it around his head like a headband. That's right. Exactly. Rolls down, grabs some breakfast, and then he'll kind of head out to the backyard of the inn and do some training.
Everything that Lee does, I imagine, happens in a pop rock montage.
Yes.
Actually, I have a theme song in mind for Lee. I'll send it to you later.
Nice. Very good.
All right, team. Meta question. Strategically speaking,
Silas is our strongest person.
Let's say who would it suck the most if they went down during battle?
Oh shit.
Don't tell Handy.
Who do we care the most about?
I mean,
who would we be the most screwed if they went down during battle?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I can put a fail-safe into place.
Oh, Father Lucian.
On one of you. As like a Hail Mary, oh shit, I'll go down instead.
Oh, I hear what you're saying. I mean, so you and I have dying 5. We're the only 2 that have that.
Right.
Wow, so you guys can super survive.
Super survive.
Super survivors.
I feel like Lee's gonna deal the most damage, but Silas has stuff to keep the rest of us up or revive the rest of us.
I'm kind of thinking Silas. He also is the squishiest, right? I mean,
yeah, Silas
just
is
look at him.
The squishiest one. So.
Right. All right. While we are all sitting around at breakfast, Rose sits next to Silas. and claps a hand on his shoulder and says, "It's very possible that things are going to go to hell today. I'd like to cast a spell on you to help keep you alive if possible."
I'd very much like to stay alive.
I'm going to cast Life Connection on Silas.
Okay.
Nice.
Proud tokens, so you should just be able to select people and cast spells.
Wow.
Spell effect, Life Connection. I think I put the effect on both of us.
New spell, who dis?
Within 1 mile. Man, we can split this party real hard.
Good.
Okay, so now I have the Defend Life reaction,
Oh.
That's cool.
which I can use once, which is essentially like as long as I'm within a mile of you and you take a hit, I can Defend Life reaction. After calculating the amount of damage the target would take,
Wow.
I lose an equal number of hit points and the target doesn't take any damage. And then the spell is gone. It's like a one-time reaction.
That's pretty cool.
But it's
And it's
duration of
after
24 hours.
the weakness resistance and the like. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's,
You still take any effects.
let's-
But it'll last for 24 hours. Rose sits and like mumbles and touches you for 10 minutes.
Oh.
But it's effective for 24 hours.
Cool. I like it. To make sure I hit Silas. Kidding.
I stabbed Silas.
A little bit kidding. You all hear as you get down to the common room of the inn. Where are you gone? Oh, you're all the way over there. Oh, you're over
Yeah, I don't know how I got over there.
Went for a stroll.
Did you hit A a bunch? I might have hit A a bunch. The common room of the inn is. You've been here a couple nights, and there's always a bit of like a crowd around every mealtime. Not like not it's packed to the brim, but there's always like at least half the tables are full. The mood in here is odd. This is never has been like a super comfortable town, and conversations have always been a little bit strained. But you're catching whispers, and a general tension in the air. If anyone would like to eavesdrop or listen on conversations, you're welcome to.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm up in
Or
that.
if you would just like to actual socialize, though, you can also just like try to gather information that way as well.
No, I'm just gonna actively listen. Corvus is like got his chair leaned back, very like Indiana Jones, tipped my hat, but watching the door and just over all around listening.
Okay. Roll a perception.
I'm gonna perceive everything.
Okay. You overhear one table nearby. One person is saying, "I can't believe they did that to old Blinsky." And another one next to him just sort of like grunts and drinks a little coffee and says, "Well, you have to admit, he was a bit of a weirdo." And the first person just sort of like snorts and says, "Well, doesn't give him a right to break into his business and punch his face." That's what I heard. They punched his face in, and he ain't got no face anymore.
You know what? Corvus would actually chuckle to himself at that.
And the second guy just says, "Oh, tain't right living without a face. Tain't right at all."
Is anyone else at the table that I am sitting at? Ro, you and Silas are here.
Yeah, but Rose for like 10 minutes is casting a spell, so.
I kind of just tip my hat up and I go, seems the cat's out of the bag. Blinsky's got no face. I just pull my hat back down. Seems.
Ro, what kind of prayer are you making to Lathander?
Rose asking Lathander to protect everyone from Ezek. She's asking Lathander to guide us and give us strength as we do what we believe is the right thing by taking Ezek out. And she's especially asking Lathander to keep her friends safe and to help her protect them in the upcoming battle. And to keep them strong and brave and committed. And then, like, that sort of turns into, like, a special prayer for Silas to, like, watch over him and keep him up in the battle so that he can help the rest of us, and to help him to be confident and bold and to believe in himself.
Okay. Would you please roll for me a religion skill check?
Yeah, I have to give myself a hero point first.
I'll get yourself a hero point.
Give a hero.
How do you live without a hero point?
How do I live without a hero
I
point?
am going. How do I live?
How do I live without you?
I'm going to roll a blind GM roll.
Do it.
So I could have just totally fucked that up. And I'll never know whether or not Lathander just hates me.
Okie dokie. I'll just write something down.
Oh, let's just write something down. Don't worry about it.
Just write down that I rolled a 1. It's cool, it's cool, it's cool.
Yep. Totally
So
good.
when Silas gets hit, he'll take extra damage.
Oh my god. Like straight to hell. Do we need any of those silver potion things?
I'm not a werewolf, he's just a monster.
Okay.
I don't think silver will help.
Alright.
What do we actually know about him? Sort of something like, is he demonic? Is
He likes that wine.
Like aberration?
He likes that wine.
Okay.
Likes that wine, though.
I don't think we know that much.
He has like a plus 38 to hit.
Yep, we know that.
We know
He's
that
got really
much?
high saves.
I'm hoping whatever this poison is minus 30 to hit. So
But
probably
if anything, it feels like some sort of like weird arm. That doesn't feel like werewolf vampire, like silver would help.
No, this...
Maybe like holy would help. If it's like some sort of like unholy thing.
I don't think I do any kind of damage like that. I think I do radiant damage. Is this radiant damage? Yeah. Radiant!
have that
No,
spell.
it's force. It's force damage. No, I didn't use that spell slot.
No, better long rest.
Double rest.
As breakfast dwindles on, the people begin to wander out. One man who was eating by themselves off to one side is loudly saying, in not the usual Valachian accent you've been hearing from quite a few of them. Most of the townies have it. You've noticed Erwin and Danica don't really carry the Valachian accent. This gent doesn't as well. He's saying, Erwin, well done once more. Your food never ceases to sate the appetite at the very least. I'd say bring me a wine, but I have quite a bit myself already.
It's the guy. It's the guy. It's the guy.
All right, I'll stand up. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna stand up and I'm just gonna start walking. Is he in like a little booth?
Oh, where is he? Where is he? How do I show you this picture? There's this picture.
I want to say it. Oh, look at him.
Oh,
That picture, he's
Oh.
definitely the guy.
why are
That's
you making that face?
definitely the guy. His wee beady eyes.
Oh, look at that eye.
Ooh, I don't like it. I don't like it. I can't look away.
So this guy is sort of sitting off by himself.
What is it?
Looks.
Better not be the one to plant the poison, because he's definitely way too suspicious.
Yeah, I don't think you guys have seen this guy before. Who brought you the letter? It was left with Erwin, right?
Yeah, it was just like that.
Yeah, we'd remember this asshole. Remember him good.
It's a shame you don't have any coffee, Erwin. I keep telling you. I had it once with the Vistani years ago. A wonderful drink. You really should look into it. Erwin says, all right, Ernst. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patronage, as always. And he comes in and starts trying to bust away a plate. Guy got, like, sausage and eggs.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit down across from him.
Sir Corvus Knox. Pleasure to meet you. I
Man.
am Ernst Larnack.
Ernst Larnack. Yep, that would make sense. Larnack, got it. Well, pleasure's all ours. I hear you have quite the hull of wine you're looking to distribute.
He says, just one. He reaches down, there's like a burlap sack by his feet. He's saying, I just so happened to bring it in a bag that's precisely the size of a man's head. Who would know? He puts the burlap sack up on the table.
Wow.
Is it the size of a bodiless head or headless body?
Who's
Bodiless
to
head.
know?
No, bodiless head. I can answer this one. Bodiless head.
Bodiless head. Oh my god.
So he puts it on top and he pulls out. He reaches in and pulls out. He says, "Quite a nice vintage." he says. He rolls it over in his hands a little bit. Wizard of Wine. Red Dragon Crush. Consider a parting gift. Parting gift to the owner of whatever you decide to put in this sack.
So he's looking to be paid? Is that what I'm comprehending? Wow.
Roll a. I would accept
Society.
it. The society or thievery.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go thievery all the
Sure.
whole way. Oh, I didn't make it. Ah, well, it is what it is.
Is what it is. No, he is implying that a head should go in the sack.
Oh shit.
Oh, she wants like fruit.
Well, I think that could be arranged.
It's all right if you return it to me slightly used.
Well, I'm sure it would be used if heads would roll.
Now, I am under the impression, he says, sort of gazing around idly, nonchalantly, as he sort of leans back a little bit in a relaxed manner. I'm under the impression you're interested in knowing the comings and goings of a certain head guard here.
I mean, it never hurts to know what's happening in the towns that you visit.
Well, I do know that every day, midday or so, shortly after noon, he gets a case of 2 bottles of wine at the Valaki town square, usually brought to him by the Baron's cook Tereska. He usually wanders around town a little bit, talking to his spies. Kind of like rolls his eyes at that. And then after that, he goes to one of a few different haunts for the evening.
Curiosity, I mean, each vintage is a little stronger than the next. How long would this vintage take to, feel something? Want to live a little?
Oh, sure. I'd say give it an hour or so.
Did
I
he
think
say?
this is going to be strong enough to. Maybe it will be. I don't know. The person I got this from was. He smirks a little bit. They were very confident in their abilities. He reaches into a pocket and he brings out a little square of cloth that's printed in like a colorful pattern and just sniffs it. He tucks it back in his pocket. Who knows? Maybe they're better than I think, and you won't even have to come. It won't even have to come down to fisticuffs or whatever you toughs like to call it.
This cook that you speak of, I don't know if I've come across them before. What did you say their name was?
Tereska, it's the house cook, one of the only 2 servants left in the Baron's home. Tereska and Klavdia, I think.
Midday, you say?
That's the information I have. Usually he doesn't leave the house until late in the morning. makes a couple stops around town before, always at midday, going to the town square, getting his wine shipment there. Really, the sort of man that needs to drink wine at noon. Someone really would be doing them a favor, putting them out of their misery. Wouldn't you say?
I mean, all will be well. And I just kind of. You gonna eat that bacon?
He snatches it and pops it in his mouth.
Touche.
Rosa, 2 questions. His 2 bottles, is that a saver for the rest of the day, or are they gone fairly quickly?
Oh, 2 bottles. I must have been misspoke. 2 cases, my dear.
Oh shit.
So this is he nurses for the rest of the day then.
I don't think the man nurses anything.
All right.
The man hasn't seen a nursery in his life, even as a babe.
Second question. What does she want with his head?
Whoever could you mean?
What could a theoretical someone want with his head?
Oh. It is not the place of one such as I to ask questions of their betters. Especially not weird ones that might get me into trouble with their betters. Nor would I ever ask a question which would imply that my betters were doing something out of the ordinary or corrupt.
Wow.
If this is of a concern to you, perhaps you could ask said betters yourself. If there's no any other, if there's no more questions, I have a lovely Vistana I'd like to go back and meet before I have to go see my betters one more time. He pats the pocket where he tucked the square of cloth. Who knows? The extra piece of bacon may bring me luck. He begins to push himself up out of his chair.
He gave us
One
one
bottle.
bottle. Okay.
Give you 1 bottle of wine, and he gave you a burlap sack.
I think it'd be perfect if this guy had like a lazy eye that kind of wandered around.
Any of you taken a Vistana lover before? Says,
Ro looks at Silas.
Some scrawny
Raises
guy
an
in the
eyebrow.
corner.
Dabbled.
Just dabbles.
he eyes you up and down, Silas. He's like, all right, wish me luck. And best of luck to all of you as well. He's going to wander off. Unless one of you has further questions for him, he's going to wander off.
I saw him in the butt. Is there anyone else in the inn, or is it just us now?
No, it's down to Erwin and Danica and their kids probably. The kids probably are coming out to help, like, clean up the tables. The 2 boys. So, just the 4 of them.
Okay. I motioned for Silas to come over to the table. Curious friend. Is this wine like sealed?
You can roll an investigation roll.
Yeah, I want to do that.
It at least appears to be sealed.
Here's me.
Here's B.
Is there an investigation roll? Am I failing at life?
Is that not a thing? Is that a thing, Silas?
Perception. That's just perception.
Oh,
It's just
it's
perception, Ian.
all percep. I knew that.
Everything's perception. Okay. Yeah, it's sealed.
Interesting. I know Lee wasn't too happy about the thought of poisoning a counterpart, but I feel it must be done. Any ideas on how to get this individual to drink this particular bottle? Think it'd be worth us perhaps pleading for Blinsky and offering a bottle ourselves, or just simply shoving it in the case and taking out this Tarasca.
Well, from what the gentleman said, don't think getting him to drink it will be an issue. What we will need to do is intercept those cases before they get to him and sneak this bottle inside.
Andy, was it that the cook brings the wine, or the cook goes to collect the wine?
The cook brings the wine to the town square around noon every day.
Okay, that's how I interpret it. I want to make sure I didn't misunderstand.
Now,
Sorry,
unfortunately,
you're right,
if-
Ro. It is just 2 bottles of wine. I misspoke.
That feels more reasonable.
Okay.
He's
regular alcohol.
He probably has like demon constitution too.
Right? I was like, okay, he drinks 2 cases of bottle, of wine. All right, I'm cool with that. Like, that makes sense to me.
He's got
Either
demon
way.
constipation, and it's fine.
All right. I feel like that's even easier. All right. Cool.
2 bottles of wine. 1 case, 2 bottles of wine.
Okay. It's 1 case.
1 head, no body.
2.
Otherwise, like hauling around 2 cases of wine feels like a lot of effort. Like if you're gonna drink that much wine, just go to the wine and drink it.
I mean, why are you making the chef come out? I mean, come on. Okay, 2 bottles of wine.
Because I was like, if he's drinking 2 cases of wine, it's gonna take him hours. And what if he gets to the poison bottle last? Jeez.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Andy has to roll like a d20 to see if he actually drinks that particular bottle of wine out of the entire case.
Flip a coin.
Okay, so we intersect this cook. We switch out a bottle of wine. Then we follow this idiot around town and wait for him to show signs of things.
well, unfortunately, without being able to figure out what the poison is
I should
that
have
he put in
asked
the
him.
bottle, I don't know if we'll be able to see the signs or not,
So we're just.
or when to look for them.
Well, he said roughly an hour, so we should just hope for the best.
Yep.
Ro, you
We
got
can
any
knock
more of
him.
those special spells? Just the one, huh? Okay.
Just the one. We should have asked him how long it lasted.
Well, where were you? We were just talking to him. I can try to find him if you want. You know what? Hold on, and I'm gonna send him a message.
Send him a message.
I don't mean to interrupt, but how long does this particular potion seem to last? I say to him in his head.
Oh,
500
by
feet.
the... I am...
He's in the middle of doing a lady.
No, the son are way outside of town. Remember, he's got to
Yeah,
watch the camp.
he's got a while.
Not if she was like in the alley.
Oh, wow.
That would be a feat. You know, the Vistana are not allowed in town.
Oh, that's the one we want on our side then.
He said, "What the? Should at least last until morning, I would think. You gotta
Okay.
sleep it off. If he survives it.
We don't need to follow him around. We just need to find him at some point later in the night.
Uh-huh.
So I feel like if we're trying to follow him around all night, he's gonna see us and get pissed. So really, we just need to like give him the wine and then wait and find him like late at night.
I apparently didn't write it down. I put that he stops at a couple of different haunts, and then does he just go back to the house?
And this is all assuming that he's going to be on a regular schedule, even though he has Irina kidnapped.
Why would you say that? Son of a bitch.
Because Rachel's gamed with me for decades.
Okay, so we hide somewhere outside of the Baron's residence, and we wait for the cook. We should have some sort of signal or something to tell people when we see him.
Right. What if we... I don't know how loyal this cook is, but what if someone runs into him, a bottle breaks in the process, we're so apologetic that we replace it?
I mean, I do have an invisible hand that could literally just yank it from him. Or I could throw something at it.
The cook, a bottle's broken, it's replaced, and then we wait.
I mean, that seems like a foolproof plan. Somehow we break a bottle, we give it back to him, and we just happen to have a bottle. Yeah, it could work. We also have a full case of the same wine, right?
I'm also going to say, Lee, you probably noticed this since you're sitting back in this conversation a lot. Shortly after Ernst walked out the front door, Erwin locked the front door and put out a sign.
Oh, Erwin.
He's our bro.
I'll wear his face one day.
+5 to attack. Fuck it. Hey, Erwin. Got a question for you, my good sir. Have you ever seen the Baron's cook out and about? I mean, it seems like he's got several deliveries through town. Just curious if you've seen him about.
Sure, I know the fellow. I've met him once or twice. That's Dreska.
Ah, that's the one.
Sure. They've come here to get some food every once in a while if they were short on something they needed for a meal. Picked up wine a couple times from me as well, but that's not usual.
Interesting.
I don't know him very well, but he has stopped in from time to time.
Picked up wine. Do you think you could get him to pick up some wine again?
Not quite the relationship we have. I provide what he asks for. If he was short on something, he might. Sometimes there's someone from. We do get supplies from Wizards of Wine Winery here, so. But I know there's also a stall usually out in the town square that can sell it as well. Or no, actually that's probably not true. I assume the Baron gets their own supply from the winery. Though I know that the winery's been a little bit short lately on what they can create, so it's possible the Baron's going through his vintage from going through his cellar.
Interesting.
I mean, quite getting as much wine as usual in town.
So it seems like the best bet is to intersect this cook, and to Rose Point, maybe break a bottle or two. Perhaps we're carrying a case of the same wine and we happen to bump into each other. We had that case we got from Blinsky's. Least we could do would be replace it, and then of course all would be well.
I assume that if the cook is carrying Isaac's wine and it breaks, cook is going to be too upset, nervous, and scared about the consequences to really look too deeply or be suspicious about a replacement bottle. I think that the cook's gratitude will smooth a lot of edges.
Yes, but perhaps, Ro, you and I could be running through town. Perhaps, I don't know, in a hurry to do something. I don't know, haven't thought that far ahead. And perhaps I could run into him while you were carrying the wine. I have means to make sure that both those bottles shatter. And then we just simply humbly apologize, and we offer our wine as an offering to make things right. I mean, while we're running, I don't know, but you know, maybe perhaps it'll come to us in the moment.
What time of day is it currently?
Breakfast? I think he has you muted. It's breakfast time, Rachel.
Yep. You know, it's breakfast time.
Yep.
I was typing something. I didn't have you muted. I just had my earmuffs on.
Secret messages.
It's, he's dealing with
Yeah,
that
that
roll
sounds
that he did.
We just need to be between the Burgermeister's house and the town square before midday. And then we just need to be, like, find him around town tonight. Mostly it sounds like we're spending a lot of today waiting.
I mean, we could try tailing him, but you're right. It's a little concerning to me.
Something is bothering me about the chat with Ernst.
The fact
Can't
that
exactly place it.
we're gonna put a head in the bag.
It's one of those nights.
Yeah. So let's go over what he told us again.
He's got a date with a lady who's stunning.
No, before that.
He smelled something in his pocket.
Is it about the head in the bag?
Can you go over your notes there, Abe?
Well, let me look here. He pulled out a burlap sack with a great vintage, rolled it over, said Red Dragon Crush, considered our parting gift. And he said, you need to return this. Seems to be the great size of a head for the burlap sack. And then said, I understand you need this for comings and the goings of a certain head god. I believe he then winked at the head part. Every day around midday, he gets 1 case, 2 bottles of red wine brought to the Baron's cook. Brought by the Baron's cook at the town square. Afterwards, he goes to several haunts. And then I put, doesn't leave house till late in the morning, stops around town, then or always at midday picks it up. Takes roughly an hour to take effect. You upset I didn't read it all in
What?
Corvus's voice?
No. Just trying to figure out what we're missing here.
Everything. This is gonna go horribly well.
Andy, can I roll a perception or I don't know. Maybe roll.
I'm not lying, Dane.
It's probably nothing though.
Religion to pray to your God for a DM hint.
I feel like I should roll a knowledge of something. Figure out why.
This is because
what
I
he
rolled
said.
a 1 on my religion check when I prayed for you to have confidence, and now Andy
Yep.
rolled a 1 and Andy's
No,
fucking
I just don't.
with you.
I don't know what to. I'm gonna roll a recall knowledge check to see if with my crafting, my alchemy, to see if anything that he said about the effects of the poison
Oh, okay.
is off.
Okay.
I need you to roll high, Dane.
Maybe that's what is off. Something was off.
I mean, the whole thing was off.
Oh, nothing.
He made a couple of comments about how, like,
I can't exactly place it.
he implied that the poison might be so strong that it would just take him out, which is not the impression like I originally had from the lady. Like, if they had poison strong enough, they could have just taken him out. They wouldn't need us.
It's true.
I feel like I should.
What's with the bag and the head?
Right? Why does she need his head?
I
Who
mean,
needs his head? Is it her?
I'm assuming he works for her.
I mean, it could be like proof, but it also could be like he's got some magical voodoo moo 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 jubu.
Dane,
So he gave-
I will consider your role, and
Okay.
I will give you information as it's dramatically appropriate.
Okay.
Why is
Also,
that
just
a
wants to, like,
thing?
do the thing where she asks the head questions. Maybe she needs knowledge from him.
Can you do that?
So
No.
I can ask dead things questions.
We gotta kill this
Right.
thing so you can ask your questions.
That's right. You have the amulet
I
thing.
do.
Is your name Isaac?
So I'm confused. He gave us a bag that's the size of a head,
Yes.
Yep.
but there's no head in it.
No, that would have been weird.
And he gave us a bottle
He gave you the strong implication that he was expecting a head in the bag,
in the bag.
or that someone more important than him was expecting a head in the bag when you returned.
And he gave us a bottle of the wine.
Yes.
Did we look in the bag at all?
I look in the bag.
It is an empty burlap sack.
Well, it's the empty
Okay.
Salas.
So it's not like a bag of holding or anything.
I put my hand in it.
Scratchy,
Okay.
like
Oh.
burlap.
This is very scratchy burlap.
Interesting.
Not really.
He had a weird eyeball. That was
Obviously.
a thing.
Maybe it's the references to his Vistani lover that were weird.
I will say, with your crafting check, you would be able to tell that the seal has been. There was a wax seal around the top of this that has been
Okay.
resealed. So
Oh.
someone has dislodged the cork and resealed it. They did a good job. This
Okay.
is pretty well done. They took their time to like scrape off all of the old wax and reseal it, and somehow preserve the original like signet mark of the winery.
Wow.
So they did a pretty good job. But you can tell there's some seams and stuff where they obviously like blended the wax back together to make it look good. But
Dope. Is this the most we've ever planned? I'm really proud of us. I mean, we don't have a plan at all, but I'm feeling good.
and just think, Rachel, if you hadn't had your ass kicked so handily last session,
God.
this might not be happening.
We're
Everyone's very nervous.
so gun shy.
Watch
You
me not
mentioned
even leave the
breaking-
fucking house today.
you mentioned breaking both bottles, Corvus. I don't
Yes.
know that that's a good idea.
Just one of them.
Because Isaac seems very particular about his order.
I think Amen, that we have a case of 2 bottles, and he's carrying a
I
case of 2
see.
bottles. And if he drops his case, we say, "Oh, here, take our case instead."
Okay.
And our
I
case
see what
is
you're saying.
1 legit and 1 poison.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, I gotcha.
I mean, or we could just break the one. I mean, I'm up for improvisation. I am nothing if not a performer.
So he said he got it from a Vistani,
Mhm.
and then he smelled some fabric,
Yeah, what was
and then
that?
he said he was gonna go get laid.
He may not be too far away. I can message again with his and
Wait,
ask him.
He smelled a
Piece
smelled
of
a
fabric.
multicolored fabric. Kind of like my scarf.
The fabric has the lady's scent.
Oh, you
What
should
do you
know that. Or I think Rachel knows that, but
Yeah.
Did
I
you
know
say
that
that out
he
loud?
knows.
Because I want to ask so bad about this goddamn scarf.
well, he wears it all the time. But he kind of right now he just kind of runs it through his fingers, looking at it.
Mhm.
I'm staring at you.
Does Violet smell the fabric?
I will kind of self-consciously smell the fabric.
Still smells like your sister.
Weird.
I have so many fucking questions. God damn it. I don't know what
Is she
this
your real sister, or
multicolor
is she your
fabric.
sister like Irina's ex-sister?
Oh my god.
It's complicated. It's actually not complicated. She's my sister, but there are things about her that are complicated.
Oh, yeah, obviously. If only we knew
Huh.
what this multicolor fabric could be.
It has something to do with the Vistani. Just don't know what.
Well, yeah, he's gonna lay with one. You've
No.
done that.
This this scarf, this colored scarf, or this style of scarf, I saw at the Vistani camp, and then I saw this guy with it, and he's talking about being with a Vistani.
Did you get your scarf when you laid with this woman?
No, this is my sister's scarf. Where do you come from?
All over.
Open the tent.
Open the flap.
I opened the flap. That's what it was. I opened the flap.
But I don't understand. Is there an importance to this fabric?
I don't know. It's just odd that I've seen it twice in this strange place.
Well, so you said it was your sister's. Where did she get it?
Not this particular scarf, but scarf similar to this.
Your sister got a similar scarf to this.
It's nothing. It's just it's bothering me, but I can't really place it.
Is the scarf in the room with us right now?
Yes, I'm wearing the scarf. The scarf is on my neck.
Oh, he's wearing the scarf. Well, shit. Why don't you say so?
Anyways, I think that's what it was. That scarf keeps popping up, and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. None of you have connections here with any of the worlds that you came from, or the places that you came from.
Wait, I thought we all came from the same place.
Yes, same place, but
I had an item that may have come from here. I found it, but the iconography is similar to what is here.
really?
She just nods.
I might have an item. I kind of look up at my hat. It's always been with me, this big giant feather. I don't know. It brings me luck.
Then it isn't a coincidence. I'm gonna look over at Lee.
Lee the whole time has been kind of like had his eyes closed, like meditating while you've been talking to the guy and like discussing.
I don't think he sees you looking at him.
I'm looking at Lee's for any kind of trinket or item that I haven't noticed before.
And then doesn't he?
He does have
Does
an
have a
amber
pendant.
shard necklace that he wears all the time.
And then Silas will just kind of take the scarf in his hand and kind of run it through his finger again, just kind of silently thoughtful.
The fuck is happening right now? Ro,
Get out
did
of
you,
here! I got him!
Ro, did you say what you had just for my notes?
She didn't. She said she had an item.
All right, had an
She
item.
had an item,
Whatever.
We didn't push it.
I mean, I
She
share
used
with
the
you my
word-
feather, but whatever, it's fine.
She used the
Had,
word
yeah.
iconography. She said the iconography was similar.
Iconography is similar. Got it. Big old feather from me.
And she did say she had an item. She was speaking in past tense.
Oh. Well, Silas, I feel like you. So how are we gonna break? Are we breaking the bar? I'm not.
Sorry, doesn't have anything to do with what we're planning.
I mean,
Go
I have
on.
many
What-
questions about your sister and where we all come from, but
Another time. I think our plan of swapping out the bottles, I think it's as good as any that we've ever came up with.
so we run towards them. I break the bottle and/or bottles.
I don't think you need to run.
How am I
just
gonna
a
break the
gentle-
bottles?
Well, a collision and at least one bottle of his.
I could be
breaks.
performing and then just.
Sweep the leg, Lee.
I literally could trip him with an invisible hand.
Sure. As long as he breaks at least one bottle, we can replace it with ours. If he breaks two, we'll replace both. If we're only replacing one, we better be damn sure it's the right one.
We should mark it poison. Don't do that. That's a bad idea. We'll just remember it.
Put Mr. Yuck sticker on it.
Could we? So I have prestidigitation because I have a little ghost girl inside me.
I
or
wish I would
something.
have taken that.
I don't remember.
Oh, I remember.
I don't remember exactly why. But
We're brothers
Um,
and sisters, you and I.
one of the things I can do is I could cook, cool, warm, or flavor 1 pound of non-living material.
What?
So what if we convince him that his wine is bad? Like it's gone bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Corvus, you convince him you're some kind of wine connoisseur, and you
I
can
mean, I am a
visually
wine
see that
connoisseur.
that his wine has gone bad, and when he tastes it, boom, we make it taste like poop or something.
I will just simply say he did see us when we were at the mansion. He's the weird beady eyes with the red hair.
Hmm.
I'm perfectly
Ginger.
fine pretending to be a wine connoisseur, though, for the record. Oh, we just meet him there, beat the shit out of him, and then we take the wine ourselves.
He's a ginger. He has no soul.
He has no soul. There's nothing to regret.
I think you're thinking of the Watcher House, Abe.
I am thinking the Watcher House. Son of a bitch.
I don't
Mm.
Okay.
Mhm.
I think we break a bottle of wine, we swap it, and we wait.
How do we break it? Do we
I have many options.
out of his hands?
I can
Would we
speak
run
to him
into
in
him?
his head, make him get
Dribble?
scared. I could shoot him with a projectile. I could use telekinesis hand that's invisible.
These all sound like terrible ideas.
I could tell him a
Maybe the
joke,
hand.
and
Grab his ankle.
he doubles over laughing.
No. Actually, that one doesn't sound so bad.
That's going to require a spell.
What if,
Just a low one.
what if you just run into him? What if you just bump into him?
I said I'd run into him.
what if he has really good hands and just holds on to the case, and then now you just have an awkward situation where you ran into a guy really hard?
Let me look at my spell. Concentration.
While you're doing that, Abe,
Yeah.
the voices in the room. You guys keep having your conversation as if nothing's happening. But
Wow.
the voices all simmer down to a wah-wah mumbling sound. As we're going to shift over towards Lee. Lee, as all these voices are sort of like chattering, what are you meditating about?
Lee is he's focusing on his body, and he's going to say just like sort of meditation / prayer to his god, Rory. Which when I picked the god, I kind of forgot that we were doing Forgotten Realms, so it's actually a Pathfinder god.
Sure.
But I think it fits better anyway. So he's gonna kind of meditate and pray to his god and seek purification, and ask for strength for the upcoming fight. And ask for the courage to face will be seemingly a very dangerous opponent.
Mm-hmm. Would you please roll for me a blind GM religion?
Okay.
You feel you've done many meditation series where you attune with your body. You've gotten to know most of, if not all, of every single muscle inside your body. And you've attuned with how to create your body into a living machine under your control. And as you attempt to commune with Aurori, did I pronounce that right?
I think so, yeah.
What is Aurori the god of?
Rory is the god of enlightenment, self-perfection, knowledge, healing, and inner strength.
Nice. You center yourself and focus on your own body, your own well-being, and the needs that you have in order to attempt the upcoming trials. You feel the drain that's been plaguing your body vanish as your drained condition is now gone.
Nice. Lee kind of offers up his thanks to Rory and promises to uphold his values and pursue his path for enlightenment and inner strength.
One of your butt muscles twitches as if you got ass slapped. Or maybe it was just you. I don't know. Yeah. All right. Wah, 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 wah. And it comes back into the conversation with the rest of you. I just wanted to fade into what Lee was doing for a moment.
I don't know, Corvus. If you're describing that hand the way I think you are, it sounds like whatever you're moving has to be unattended. And if he's carrying it, you'd have to wait for him to set it down.
What if I hit him with it? Like I slap him across the face? I won't be
Can you
expecting
do that?
it.
with all the force of a 5-pound hand.
Yeah, that's a pretty hefty hand. Here, hold on. And I slap Silas across the face.
How?
It doesn't hurt.
Just shocked me. That's why I said how.
Okay, well, then I'm going to have to break the bottle.
What if you? Do you have like a tickling spell like you were talking about? We can make him laugh.
I have more
Double
of
over?
well, I have been known to be humorous from time to time. And if he fails, well, he will be overtaken with an uncontrollable laughter.
Hmm.
It's a rank level 2 spell, though.
I have a bomb that's kind of like glue. Guess we could
Blow him up?
glue something.
I
don't know.
What if we dig a hole and we cover it up?
Ro, how do you think we should break the bottles?
I really think Corvus can just run into him.
Okay,
Okay.
I suggested that from the beginning.
Just bump into him and make sure that his
Just
bottles
saying
hit
that
the ground and yours
If he has a
don't.
good grip, it's gonna be awkward.
Oh, I'll make it awkward, all right.
Well, that's true.
Well, I feel like we're
So,
set.
like when Lee feels that like butt slapping sensation, he kind of like involuntarily stands up from the table, and his like thighs hit the table with like this like bang sound.
Moves the table.
Ro, make a reflex saving throw, please. Nice. The force of Lee's thighs hitting the table just like rocks the whole thing back and forth. A water glass or something that you were drinking from falls off the table, and you don't quite catch it in time, and it shatters on the floor.
God.
I guess we'll all kind of just look up at Lee. Right, I will.
He goes, oh, sorry about that, but you know, sometimes the fist moves faster in instinct than with a planned strike.
So we run
That's
into
good
him.
enough for me.
All right, let's go.
All right, I guess we'll go find this cook and.
I start heading out the
Alright.
door and turn around,
Okay.
and I pull out my 5 copper pieces, and I just put it on the table, and then walk out. And that, my friend, is all of my money.
I think we're still too early in the day, though, right?
Well, that took about half an hour of real time discussion, so we're about half an hour after breakfast.
We gotta get our asses over there.
It's probably like 9:30.
Zach won't leave the house until late morning.
True.
We don't want to run into him. And then the wine will be midday. So I think we need to lay low a little longer.
You do see some people mulling about. There are a few more of the barkers that you see outside telling people about the festival tomorrow.
Ro will ask Danica, Erwin, whoever's around.
Sure.
This bit about the children being required, is that typical of the festivals?
Danica like thinks about it and she says, I think that must have been when some in town were trying to get an exception for the children not needing to go to these things. And they made it explicit that all were required, including the children. I think.
But not for tomorrow's festival.
I don't think so. She looks at, there's actually probably a flyer posted nearby outside, so she'll go out and look at it. She says, this reads pretty much like most of the other ones. Wolfhead Jamboree was last week. There were actually wolf heads. She like shakes her head with like a little distaste. And Bran, I think that's one of her kids' names, Braun. I was like, yeah, it was really cool. It was like dripping blood down a pole.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's real cool, kid.
She just like puts her hand. She like puts her hand on his face and just like shoves
I
it
like
back.
Well, interesting.
What would you guys like to do with your day? What do you want to do today? Sky's your oyster.
Gotta swap some wine. That's what we gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unless Corvus is told otherwise, he definitely wants to get in a line of intersection.
We need, we need a map. We need the map.
Mappity map.
Here we go. So I'm just gonna go ahead and delete Irina off this map. There we go. She ain't here. Do we need multiple people on the map or just one? You guys gonna split the party?
We're not splitting the party.
You know what? I'm gonna leave everyone here just in
Oh my
case.
God.
Just in case. We're all currently at the Blue Water Inn. If you guys decide to split up now, we'll be able to keep track of where everyone is. So you're all currently at the Blue Water Inn. It's morning still. I'd say we're looking at like mid-morning.
Where's the Burgermeister's house?
It is down here. Ooh, I can zoom you.
Ooh.
Right there. I am apparently dark blue. Dark blue arrow.
And then where town square is sort of just in the main square. I see.
Oh yeah,
At the
it's
main
down
square?
here. Yep.
Okay, wait, where are they starting from? Sorry. Burgermeister Burger House. Okay. So.
I guess we can just scope it out and see like how many paths there are from the
Yeah.
house to the square.
Why don't we, move towards the main square and then to the Burgermeister's house? Perhaps we'll run into this individual. Oh shit, do we know what this person looks like? Fuck,
They're carrying
guys.
wine. It's fine. Whoever's
Why
carrying wine,
didn't
we
we
knock them
ask more?
over.
Who let me be in
Anybody-
charge?
Anybody who's carrying wine, we knock them
Knock
over.
them the fuck
And if they
down.
freak out, we assume it's Ezek's wine and we poison them.
We went to the Burgermeister's house and we met Mavdia.
Yep.
Did we meet this the cook?
Don't think you did.
Yeah, okay. Just trying to see if our characters would have known something that we don't know, but yeah, maybe not.
I don't think you did.
So you introduce yourself,
Irina probably has.
then you knock them over.
Probably just hang
Wow.
outside the
I
manor.
literally just thought, where's Irina at? Gone. Taken.
Yeah. Yeah, she's kidnapped. You're welcome.
Yeah, Ro, come on. So what if
There,
we...
game's unpaused. Where do you guys want to go?
Oh my god.
Let's go to the main square.
Yeah, I feel like maybe we head this way.
Main square and then see how many routes there are to the Burgermeister's house.
Meister Burger. Well, you guys can't just walk through the buildings. I at least took a route.
I
The
ran across
alleyways.
the rooftops.
Oh,
All
my
right.
God.
So, town square. As you get to the town square, you see that
I changed
there
Ro's outfit.
is-
I did it last section. I'm just
there's
saying.
an outfit. Sure.
That's a permanent change. Sorry, your outfit is completely different.
So you see that there is a line of stocks where it was before. It's where you picked up Ro yesterday.
Yep.
And There's also some scaffolding that is currently being worked on by a couple of workmen. It looks like there is a platform that's like a permanent platform, maybe 3 feet off the ground with some stairs leading up to it. And on top of that platform, there is looks like be some higher scaffolding that's being built up, maybe another 10 feet, with like a winch system at the top. No one is currently in the stocks, I think. Yeah. There are probably a few people around the periphery that are have already set up their stalls with some produce and game for sale around the periphery. Maybe some crafted goods.
Do you think it'd be worth perhaps discussing with some of these peripheral stalls to figure out where this Ezek shows up?
Sure.
I mean, we could continue on. It's games of chance. That's all I'm saying.
You tell me. What do you want to do?
My priority one is figuring out the route the cook's going to take to get here. We don't want to miss him.
Is there a food stall?
Sure.
I'm gonna.
There's probably a few people that have like different produce stands that are up. There's probably a guy selling meats, like meats and furs.
Mates and fairs.
Mm-hmm.
Ro, could I borrow
Actually,
a couple coppers?
it's been a couple days. I'm going to say that one of the hunters that you guys know from outside of town is set up in a stall there that's selling some furs and meats as well. This is what is their name?
Yeah, I'll toss you a silver.
Not a silver. Not a silver.
That's all I have. I don't have any copper.
Not a silver.
I'll give you a silver.
Oh my god.
Give you 1 silver.
What are the two hunters' names?
One of them fell off a mountain.
Soldar and Yevgeny. Yeah, the two wolf hunters
Mm-hmm.
that live up by the lake.
Mm-hmm.
So they probably are in one of the stalls, or yeah, I'd say they're both there. They're selling some pelts and meats.
Pelts and meats.
They actually would probably acknowledge you guys because you've met with them a couple times.
I'll do a head nod.
Did you ever find the little girl? Says Soldar, the talkative one. The one who was missing.
You know, it's the most unfortunate thing. I hope wherever she is, she's quite safe. And I'm gonna give a wink to him.
He actually glances around and waves over to you guys.
Yeah,
Waves you over.
I want to walk over.
He's got secrets.
Secrets are no fun.
Says, I have no impression that you would want any of these pelts or meats, but I thought it is important to tell you. After you left the woods to come back to town, Yevgeny, he points back at the silent guy behind him. He hears something in the woods. A howl, unearthly. The way he says it, he used many words, but he says it held more rage and pain than he has ever heard from a wolf. Something that you did in those woods made someone very angry, or made something very angry.
What did we do in the woods?
I mean, we fucked
Be
up those
careful.
2 wolves.
You sure did.
Yeah, we did. We almost killed that one.
Oh, that's right.
Well, I appreciate the heads up, friend. Between you and me, we almost added some pelts to your stack here, if you catch my drift.
Says, well, I'm glad you didn't. I would be out of business if you do too well.
It's it's interesting where one might find a silvery substance when people aren't looking. Appreciate the heads up, friend.
He just gives a nod. Now go away. I look less badass while you're standing here.
Come on, Silas, we gotta get out of his way.
Come on, Yevgeny, start to smolder again. And Yevgeny just like crosses his arms.
Didn't like Corvus or Silas fire off some like parting shot that we didn't see the results of for that super injured werewolf?
Oh.
Oh,
maybe
someone
we
did
killed
shoot.
one of them
Oh,
then.
What if we killed her?
shit. Oh, shit.
And there was a mate out there who's so
Oh,
pissed at
I
us.
did shoot a
Yeah.
bolt.
Oh.
Oh, well.
There's a werewolf who hates us.
You know what? What's one more? You know?
Was that Silas?
I shot, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, in the dark.
Remember one of you two.
Oh no.
But don't worry, I killed them. They're dead.
Oh.
Wow. Oh.
Anything? What would you guys like to do in the town square?
He looks around at the others and he says, listen, I'm not stupid. I know what this is all about. If I was still at the monastery, I would have to oppose this, but I'm not, and we've been here for a while, and things are pretty horrible here, and we're fighting terrible enemies like Strahd and Izak. Sometimes I wonder if maybe the ends does justify the means. I don't know. But I still can't help you with this. I can make sure, nothing goes wrong if somebody tries to arrest you or whatever. I can try to help you out, but I can't be directly involved.
With the poisoning or the battle in general?
Are you leaving the party?
The poisoning.
Oh, all right. But when we fight him later tonight, you're in.
Yeah, no doubt.
Great.
Well,
He
excellent.
tightened his headband a little bit.
So nothing's changed.
Because if Lee's gonna sit this one out entirely, we are fucked.
So he's okay with us just kind of loosening it for him, right? It's still honorable, as long as he doesn't know.
Yeah, we loosened the pickle jar. It's fine. We still took the lid off.
All right. We need to figure out how many paths there are to the Baron's house, the Burgermeister's house.
Okay.
Andy, I will say on the way out of the square, if we're leaving it, I'll just stop at whatever one of the farthest stalls are and just be like, I'm sorry, I was trying to catch the fuck. What the hell's this person's name? It's in my notes. Shit. I don't remember the Baron's cook's name.
Wasn't the
Oh.
whole thing that we didn't meet him?
Tereska.
Oh, Tresca.
I was sent to find Tereska, and he hasn't passed his way this morning, has he?
I stopped and picked up some food. Blacky accent. Oh, he stopped and picked up some food for the day's meals. Sure did. First thing in the morning.
Okay, so he must be at the must be back at the band's house. Silly me. I appreciate it, good sir. And I'm just gonna keep heading out.
If you want to see him, he's probably still at the house. I don't think he's gonna leave all day.
Oh, he's not leaving.
No. He actually bought double. Usually he buys supplies for dinner midday, but he says he's not coming back today.
Oh my god.
Oh, well,
So he got it all.
well, good for him. One trip is you know, that's the way to do it. You know, why make multiple trip when one is better? Well,
He taps
excellent.
his forehead and says, "Work smart, not smart."
That's 100% what they said. Work hard and harder. Yep,
Working hard makes you smart.
sure does. And when you're smart, you're a dot. And good luck with your bark. Tart. I just wander off. I catch up with
You hear
everyone else.
a delayed. Oh, wait a minute.
Guys, we're fucked. We're so fucked. Apparently, the chef picked up multiple supplies. They don't expect to see him back for the remainder of the day. Perhaps we should continue the manor, nonetheless.
As you wish.
Headed back. Son of a biscuit.
So as you're walking back toward the manor, um, um, yeah, you probably see there's a couple of guards that are breaking up a. They seem to be like breaking apart a couple of townsfolk that are having some sort of an altercation. Both the guards are yelling different versions of like, calm down, all will be well," or malicious unhappiness, things like that. And one of the townsfolk, where most of the times whenever like one of those key phrases comes out, the townsfolk are just like kind of begrudgingly put on a happy face and get on with it so they don't get in trouble. One of the townsfolk actually says, "Well, what is it? Captain of the guard gonna come and punch our face, break our houses like they did to poor Blinsky in the Blue Water, like that?" And the guard's just like super uncomfortable, shuffling. And one of them just says, all right, we gotta take you to the stocks. Come on. Town's rules, malicious unhappiness earns you days in the stocks. Orders of the Baron. Yeah, they're gonna start to escort the townsfolk who mouthed off. The crowd that's around them is not quite like throwing vegetables or anything at the guards, but they are like everyone is staring daggers at the guards at this point, and like, and there's definitely a lot of like muttering on the sidelines, or even some people saying like, "This isn't right. You know, this isn't right."
It's obvious that the townspeople hate Isaac, but it seems like the guards aren't 100% sure either. Maybe we can use that to our advantage.
Perhaps. I mean, I do love a little riot every now and again.
Let's start a riot.
Let's start a riot!
Well, we need to find out where Ezek is holed up, no matter when or how we face him.
Show up if we start a riot.
It's true.
I don't know how we're gonna poison him though.
Oh, Andy, I want to do something.
Do it. Make it so.
You start a riot.
I'd like to throw my voice to make it
Yep.
seem like it's not coming from me, and I'm gonna go. I have to think about your accent, and it's not gonna go well. Yeah, it's not fair in Barovia. This place is awful with the Baron. Someone ought to do something about that guard, Captain.
Mm-hmm.
And then
How are you throwing your voice? Is this God-given skill?
I'm literally like, I pulled my hat down, and I'm just like shouting on the side of my face. But it's with voice, so I get to use that. And then I'm gonna throw another one. Like, Corvus starts coughing, then he's like, "Yeah, this place would be better without that goddamn guard, Captain." Let that one roll.
Corvus, what are you doing?
I'm starting a riot.
This is not
Let's
the
start a
plan.
riot.
If we start a riot, Ezek's gonna show up mad.
Another one of the townsfolk says, "Yeah, where's the guard captain anyway? Where's Ezek anyway?"
Oh my god.
Yeah, where is he?
Poisoning him. No, we can't
haven't
fight him
poisoned
if
him
we
yet.
don't poison him.
The guards just like look at each other, and one of them turns back and just says, "Now everyone, stay calm. Rules are rules is rules, and we have to take this jet down to the stocks for a bit, just to cool off and get the happiness back."
You don't have to. You're choosing to.
Oh no. Bro, what are you doing?
I can't help it.
I'm gonna help Ro. And I'm gonna say, yeah. Why do you have to do what Isaac says? You know this isn't right. Just like these people are saying. This isn't moral. And I'll give her an assist. Are you diplomacying?
Nope. I mean, I could. Sure.
I'll assist with diplomacy. There's my diplomacy to assist your diplomacy.
The two guards, what you said about doing something that's moral?
I said it's not moral. It's not just.
Right. That does seem to like strike a chord with the guy who was like in front, farther along, dragging this guy down the street. He kind of like stops and looks back, and after what you said, Ro, he looks back. Can't quite hear what they say, but they have a little exchange. You catch something about she's from the Dawn Father or something like that. Um, and they sort of like look at each other and say, all right, seeing as how it's day before the festival and happiness must be maintained by order of the Baron, why don't we just take a report from you, and he says to the guy, and we'll issue a report with the town to see what should be happening with you. And after that, you can be free to go. The crowd like mostly looks okay with that, but are also gauging what they're are clearly treating you guys as the center of attention now.
Why don't you just let them go? Haven't you all done enough damage? Assaulting a church?
I mean,
Ooh,
I was just starting a riot. This is a revolution, and I'm for it.
Bro claps Silas on the back. Like, yeah. Fuck yeah, Silas. And she takes a second and looks around at the crowd and looks back at the guards and says, the tide's about to turn. If I were you, I'd think about what side you want to stand with. Because it seems to me that things are about to get ugly.
One of the onlookers says, "Yeah, Joseph, that's right. What she said." The guard just
Thanks,
like
old lady.
that guard just like winces back a little bit. Like, this is a big town, but like most people know a lot of the people in town, right?
Mhm.
Like, this is probably a 3,000 or 4,000 folks town, maybe not even that big. So like a lot of people know each other's names, right? So like the guards here probably are known by at least a handful of anybody they walk past. He just like, I'll write up the report, and he just sort of like nods back at the other guy, and they just both like start walking away. The two guards trying to GTFO away from the crowd as much as they can.
Better GTFO.
Silas, that was impressive.
Well, like I said, if we can drive a wedge between the guards and Isaac, they work to our advantage. I was just following Ro's lead.
So how do we get this bottle into that asshole's hands?
Well, that's the next step.
I'm glad you said hands.
I mean, I heard enemas work quite well, but I'm not.
You gotta twist. Clockwise. Always clockwise. Unless you're in the southern hemisphere.
Make
Perhaps
sure to get those like grippy rubber pad things.
I don't know. Maybe he'd fall for a drinking game of sorts or something. I don't know. Plato is hubris.
I want to make sure we avoid the chance of someone else imbibing with a special bottle. We can't just send it into the house and hope he drinks it.
Correct.
Though it sounds like he pounds the damn things.
But what if we head back, we get the extra case that we have, and we go to the Baron's abode, trying to plead for our friend Blinsky, who for no reason of anyone in this party was attacked, and we offer some beverages, and one of which being, a poisoned one.
So you want to parlay with Isaac?
Yeah, a simple gift. humble apologies, blah 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 blah. Look, he finished this. No, I don't have that puppet anymore. I gave it away. He's working hard for you, you know, and whatever.
Andy, that case that Isaac left at the toy store,
Mhm.
the bottles were untouched, right?
Right.
Untouched.
Actually, I will say that one of them. When would he have done that? One of them is empty, completely empty, and the second
Okay.
one,
Why don't we just give him back his wine?
yeah, one of them was empty, and I think the second one was probably open but not empty yet.
Perhaps we do that. We discard the empty one and we replace it with a new one. And we plead and apologize and act stupid, and then we beat the shit out of him about an hour later.
Can't have Lee there. Lee can't be there.
Lee'll hide in the shadows.
Don't know if we're gonna be able to have Ro there either. I mean, really,
no, it's
Corvus,
just-
you're probably the only one that should be
Yeah,
there.
only you can go visit Isaac. The rest of us cannot.
I will
but-
not. I don't know that any of us are gonna grovel, even fake grovel.
No.
I will fake grovel if that is the route that we would like to take.
And that's why you're here.
I mean, you could also.
You're here to grovel.
Yeah.
Fake grovel, fake grovel.
Fake grovel.
You'll need to at least ask about Irina, right? At this point, he'll assume you know that she's gone and you're worried about her. You can say you just want to, see that she's okay, verify that she's alive.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if you don't mention her, it will read as strange.
Well, all the more reason I came to plead and offer this token of our appreciation. We misunderstood this town and was simple travelers, and the girl was in our care.
The maidservant Claudia, maybe she could give us some information about Irina.
Perhaps indeed. Anyone else have a better plan?
We wouldn't have to make a grand entrance that way.
Why did we stress so much how we were going to break the bottles?
There were plans, and now there aren't plans, and now there's more plans.
Plans within plans.
Anyone happen to
Maybe
bring
she'll
those
laugh
cases
at
of
us.
wine, or do we have to back travel?
We would have brought them with us,
Obviously.
right? In case we ran into someone, we would have had the wine with us. We
Had
have the
them the whole
wine
time.
in the case, and we have somehow secretly marked the one that is poison. So
With
we
a-
definitely won't accidentally give the wrong bottle.
Yes. That's exactly what we've done. The whole time. To the mansion.
Can't like disguise yourself or anything, can you?
Look, I can do a lot. I can't do that. I can restylize myself. I can make me look like a beggar. I have an egg that I took from the tower when you guys were gone. It was just me and Chris. It's
Yeah.
But no, I cannot
Cannot make
disguise
yourself-
myself.
Look like somebody else. Okay.
Probably like a general thievery skill.
I mean, my thievery is pretty okay.
I think a disguise kit uses deception, maybe.
Or yeah, maybe that.
We need
Oh.
a disguise kit though.
Does someone have one?
Nope.
I don't. I could maybe make one. I don't know if that's a craftable item, but I think we're running out of time.
Okay, so the plan is I go up, I apologize, I plead to understand that Irina is safe, and I offer this wine as a token of our fuck-uppery.
Because he left it at Blitzky's.
Because he left it at
Let him know.
Blinsky's. And we replaced
Let
the
him
one
know
he
it's his
drank
wine.
as a token of symbology. This is our best plan yet.
I agree.
I don't have anything else.
To the mansion. But y'all can't be around me. This is gonna be bad.
No, I have to like hide in an alley somewhere because I can't.
Why are you all by the door? Get away!
Face.
Get away!
Oh,
No, Rose definitely not.
Oh my God! Get out of here!
there.
Yep. Hiding in those bushes.
All right. So let me just make a note of here. Questions.
Gotta-
Want to
gotta-
confirm Irina is safe. Offer.
I don't know where I am. I'm just somewhere. I'm hiding.
Just running back and forth outside.
Our friend.
Definitely not like running around outside the house.
See, like,
Lee, I
bear
can
in the
see you. You're in
house
that
through the
bush.
window.
Apologize for our friend.
Making you say that
Found his
Linsky's hard at
wine.
work on the doll. Here's a gift. We just want to make sure Irina's okay.
Okay.
It'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong? He definitely won't kill you.
Probably not. Okay. Fuck. All right, I'm gonna knock on the door and then I'm gonna step backwards.
Okay.
And then you doorbell ditch. Just run.
So what you
Into the ditch.
Poop on the porch and
Who the
run
fuck
away.
is that?
Clavdia, the maid, she's a young woman. You met her before, last time you were here, a few days ago. She looks different.
Oh.
She has like, she looks drawn, just like tired and just unkempt a bit. And she opens the door. Can I help you?
Oh yes, and I take off my hat and I bow deeply. Claudia, I seek an
Not her name.
audience. Right? It's Claudia.
Nope, not quite.
Clavdia. It's all right.
Clavdia.
Klafdia?
It's
Yeah,
all right.
With a f.
Your accent muffles the f, and I got distracted. Claudia, I humbly come seeking an audience with with Isaac. I've been told he may be here. I was sending a message. I was wondering if he happened to be about. It's
I'm
mighty
very sorry,
important.
sir. Mr. Strahd in his chambers, and he asked for no interruptions today.
Well, of course, and normally I wouldn't insist, but you see, it's a dire importance, life or death even, and I feel that. Well, I found his wine, and I know he'd want it. I know you'd want to make sure he gets it, and well, if I can only have a moment of his time.
She looks frightened as you're talking about Isaac. For one thing.
That's probably fine, guys.
Go ahead and roll a like a sense motive type of perception as a blind roll for me.
Blind roll perception.
Yeah. Okay. So on the surface, you notice that there is a obvious fear that you've seen in many people as talking about Isaac. She is really not interested in getting involved in that shit at all. Like you can tell just from her demeanor as you're talking about her, she would rather be doing anything than like walking up to Isaac's store right now. The wine, she seems to consider that for a moment. the reason I'm describing all these things you're seeing on her face before she even has a chance to respond is that she also seems kind of distracted. Like she's like, you catch her like kind of like glancing over her shoulder, not towards the stairs, which lead up towards Ezek's room, but she seems to be like have a little bit of underlying nervousness as well. That doesn't seem to be related to what Ezek and that part of the conversation. That's what you get with your good perception roll. She does say, he is quite fond of the wine, so perhaps he would want that at some point. Um, uh, he has quite a temper, you see. As much as, but perhaps I can give him the wine for you.
Well, I appreciate that, but I feel that the biggest gestures is coming from those who have done the wrong. Perhaps I could just talk to him. I'm gonna mouth the words, "Are you okay?" But I sent her a message in her head.
Sure. She goes like ghostly pale at that, and she like clutches her head. She says, "Stop! Stop! 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 Stop!"
Oh gosh, lady, are you okay?
You may recall, it's been a few sessions. You may recall she is one of a long line of maids who have quit this place.
That's right. Yep. 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 Yep.
That's one of many plates that is, you may be like, "Oh, that's right. There are a bunch of maids that like quit unexpectedly here, right?"
How far do I want
Get
to
out of
push
my
this
head!
thing?
Get out of my head! Get out of my head! She just starts backing down the hallway.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk forward one.
Sure.
I'm
Yep.
just gonna look inside.
Scattered along the ground here are lots of bundles of sticks. Over in this corner, you see there is a large wicker construction. Looks like it is like basically entirely completed in this solid wicker walls in the shape of a sun.
Huh.
It's about like it's big. It's probably like 5 feet in diameter, and then the sun spikes going out from it. It was big.
Interesting. As I'm kind of standing there, I imagine I'm like in the doorway. I'm not all the way in.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
want to see if I
She
can
just
see
sort
through.
of like slumps against the wall behind her a little bit, and she's just like obviously trying to like calm herself down and measure her breathing and stuff. The door to the side of the hall opens, and a woman steps out.
Oh fuck me.
Hey, dude, you're coming into someone's house in the
It's
middle of the
true.
day.
Yep. Yep. No, it's fine. I'm
Um,
more in the middle. I'm here-ish. I
the
can't move back.
woman of the house. Shaboom, shaboom.
Oh fuck. She's evil as fuck. Jesus Christ. What is this?
Wow.
You've probably seen her. I don't know that you've talked to her yet, but she's the
Why
the
would
wife
anyone
of the Baron.
talk to her? Okay.
She's the Baroness.
Why's her neck so long?
Clavdia, what is going on out here?
I think I scared the poor girl. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to intrude.
I didn't know we had guests. Clavia, pull yourself together. Go get something for this gentleman to drink.
Oh, well,
I
no.
must apologize for the help.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
This is your plan, Abe. Your plan.
I humbly apologize. I did not mean to intrude upon your home. I just simply came to apologize to the captain of the guard. I heard he might be here. I'm gonna slowly back out of the house.
Yeah. Oh. You said you thought who might be there?
The captain of the guard.
Okay.
I owe him a humble apology, and I just thought it'd be right.
Lydia looks around and says, "Well, usually he's out on his rounds by now, but I don't keep track. If you would like an audience, um, I'm always happy to have a guest," she says with a little like curtsy in your direction, but then she would let you go. Other than that, all right. So you back out.
Yep.
Punch out, Goose.
Yep. Under my breath to Ro, I go, I fucked up. I fucked up real bad. I fucked up. I'm
Oh,
just
no.
backing out of the house.
Can I respond to this message?
You can't.
Do you need backup? Do you need us to come in?
No.
The lady of the house didn't seem alarmed that you were there. Just so you know, like her demeanor was like, "Oh, a guest, great, dude, maid, like pull yourself together and get some wine or something," right? That was kind of her overall demeanor.
I walk back a little bit and I kind of like look up and I kind of like stretch out a little bit and I say to Ro via message, the maid seemed quite terrified and I met the most terrifying lady of the house.
Did you give him the wine?
Nope, still clutching it in my hands.
She looks familiar.
What do you mean she looks
Lydia.
familiar? Why does she look familiar, Andy?
I don't know. Probably nothing.
Fuck!
Can't put your finger on it.
Yes. She looks familiar.
And Rose, she looked very familiar. I can't put my finger on it. Look, apart from just messaging this son of a bitch, I don't know how to get him out of the house. You can reply to this message. I mean, I can do that.
What if you just drop the wine off? Can you message Irina inside the house?
As long as she's within 500 feet, I can message anyone you like. You can reply to this message.
Message her and tell her under no circumstances to drink any wine. I imagine all the servants are too terrified of Izak to try to drink any of his wine. And as long as Irina doesn't drink it, you don't have to give it to him directly.
Well, fuck. Alright, I'm gonna walk back up to the house. Along the way, though, right before I get to the entrance, and before I'm about to knock, I will send a message to Irina.
I think you need to be able to see them.
Oh, fuck. Oh, now I gotta read all these auditory illusion.
So, like, they have to be able to see you to be able to respond.
Translators.
Oh. Ow.
Here, I guess I could cast it, and then you can actually see what I'm looking at.
I'm reading it.
Says targets one creature, so maybe in order to even target, you have to see them. That could be.
Usually. I know we've been loosey-goosey with it, but this might be one time where it actually matters.
Message. Well, in the same Google search, it says yes and no.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, then I will just reply to
Oh, you
Ro.
want to send her a message?
Yeah, I'll just say to Ro, I don't know if she'll get it or not, but I can try.
Yeah.
And then I hope she gets it, and if not, hey, we play it how it lies.
Maybe we just poison Irina.
And I just say, don't drink the wine, it's poisoned. And then I knock on
Okay.
the door.
All right. All right. A few moments later,
Poor lady.
the door opens. Welcome to Baron Vlakovich's manor. How can I help you?
Is she just acting weird, or is she like have no recollection of who I am that I just knocked on the
No,
door?
she is like forcing
Okay,
a
got it.
composed facade.
I humbly apologize about
Her
knocking
eyelid twitches a little bit.
knocking again. I think you're right. Perhaps I should just leave this gift with a message. Do you have something I could write down with? If not, maybe I have some paper on me.
If you would like to come inside, I would be happy to get you some paper and a writing desk for you to convey
Okay.
whatever message you
Don't
wish.
go in there.
This is perfectly fine. This is what I would do. Well, of
You're
course,
gonna try a vampire again.
that is very kind of you. Thank you. I will go inside with her.
Okay. She steps through this door.
Oh, fuck me.
Goes in there. And hearing the front door open again.
When I see her, I will, lady, my lady. I apologize for interrupting your homestead once again. I thought better of it, and I thought I'd leave my gift.
That is very polite of you. We have never been formally introduced. I am Lydia Petrovich, the Baroness, of course.
Well, of course, your reputation exceeds you, and I will, try to kiss her palm, or not her palm. That'd be weird, but like her hand.
You know, um, she seems a little bit like surprised. She's older. I mean, the Baron is older. They're probably both, I don't know, like 60 or so. Um, so she says, "Oh, well, how very quaint."
Customary in my culture.
She just smiles at you and says, "Really, it is so nice to have such a polite young man come and visit. Most people avoid this place, and I wish it wasn't that way." Claudia comes out with
Why is she gonna look like that?
small writing desk and some paper, and she sets it up for you.
Oh, thank you, Clough. Did Clough?
Claudia,
Clough.
you missed a spot on the back of the sun. The sun statue. Lydia sort of motions towards the thing, and Claudia just sort of like does a little curtsy and starts picking up wicker and starts weaving it in on a spot that was a little bare of wicker. What do you want to write?
Okay. I'm going to write a letter.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna say, Ezek. My humblest apologies. We send this gift from Blinsky and a message that the doll will be completed for you this afternoon.
A
That
pounding happens on the floor from upstairs. You hear some sounds of pounding on wood, and you hear a gruff voice say, "Claudia, wine!" And she just like gets kind of stiffed back, and then actually
Some
relaxes
time.
a little bit. Says, "Excuse me, Miss. Mr. Strasny wants some wine. May I stop with the wicker and go fetch him some?" And Lydia just sort of like dismisses her with that little hand wave.
My lady, if I may, I don't mean to eavesdrop, but my gift was in fact wine for that same individual. Do you mind if I finish my and I just sign? I rip it in half and I write, "The doll will be ready," and I shove it in the wine and I hand it off to him.
Okay.
There we go. There it is.
Roll. This is it. Dave, you ready?
Cab. Oh god.
Roll diplomacy.
Do you want it hidden?
No, no, out in the open for all to see.
Out in the open. Okay, I'd like to reuse my thingamajigger.
Sure.
Hero point.
Don't roll worse. Ooh.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah. Claudia says, "All right. Thank you very much, sir." And she'll take the wine. Lydia, she glances towards Lydia as for like to check in, but Lydia's like, most is like, "Such polite young man. Really, you should talk to some of the other townsfolk. They just don't get what we're trying to do here."
I understand.
But Claudia will take the wine upstairs. And there's more pounding. "Leave it by the door."
Andy, when we were in the house last, so I'm trying to remember what was upstairs. There was the Baron's bedroom, and then you go up the ladder, and the son's room. Was that on like the second floor, or was that like an attic space?
The workshop was in an attic space because you went
Okay.
through like a storeroom with lots of like dusty boxes and stuff that had like almost a walking path between it that was clear of dust.
Okay. So
Second floor, you found the
Baron's
library.
bedroom, then the Baron's bedroom is on the second floor. Is that?
Yes. So there was a library on the second floor. I think you peeked through a couple of open doors at a couple of bedrooms upstairs outside of the library. Yeah.
Okay, so then Ezek's room is probably one of the rooms on the second floor.
Mhm.
Okay.
"Would you care to stay for a drink, young man? I don't think I ever caught your name."
Oh, my lady, it's Corvus Knox. Oh, the Wandering Knoxes. Ah, it is against my being to decline, but you see, I do have to help a friend today, and well, he is looking forward to seeing me very soon.
Um, she just smiles at you and nods and says, "There truly is no higher calling than helping those in need."
Very true. Very true. Well, my lady, and I bow again, take my hat off. All will be well, and I slap my hat back on, and I'm gonna turn and walk out the door.
You get to the door when it hits you where you've heard her name before.
No, I hate everything.
Father Lucian's last name is Petrovich. And she is Lydia Petrovich.
Sister, maybe?
Maybe. That just strikes you as you walk out the door. You've heard her last name before. And definitely a familiar resemblance between the two. She saunters back to the room that she came out of. And you get clean out of the house.
I'm walking like I have to poop, and I
Sure.
start moving, and I run off into the distance. Shit. Cause I can see them or hiding, and I just say meet back in the alley, and I just keep wandering.
Yeah, you guys can find a quiet place for sure.
Okay, a couple of things that happened. That place is creepy as hell. The Baron's wife holds a striking resemblance to Father Petrovich, and it's creepy. Sister, family man, I don't know. I didn't wait around to find out. And I did, I think, successfully leave the wine to get to said individual with a note that said the doll will be ready. So I think perhaps we've got a meeting destination tonight at Blinsky's location. Maybe.
You're muted, Dane.
And Blinsky's at the church, right?
Currently, yeah. But I figured he'd go back to Blinsky's place. I don't. It was very rushed, and I didn't leave a destination or a place. I just assumed it would happen.
Sounds good to me.
So we leave
So we have an hour.
until it takes place. So the question is, do we go to Blinsky's burned out building? I mean, that's where he'd be building it, right? Or do we go back to the church and wait? I feel like I kind of failed saying where to be.
Or we just face him here?
We wait for him to fucking leave and we take him out. Andy, can I see the map?
Waiting.
Yeah.
I would love that. I'd love that, Andy.
Any sign of Irina in there?
I was not so much of a warm welcome, but then also maybe a little too warm of a welcome. I did not leave that foyer. I sent her a message, but this spell's the damnedest thing. I'm not sure she got it. Only the internets know. Perhaps we can find a place along the way to both locations and we ambush him there. I heard him from the upstairs. He sounded quite animate in having some wine.
Well, if we don't know where he's going, why not just wait somewhere we can see the house if he leaves?
Do you remember what he asked for from Blinsky?
Irina's doll,
Whatever.
right?
Replacement doll.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose we could go to Blinsky's shop.
Hmm. And I feel like this is the day that the person holding the doll was leaving, though, right?
Yeah.
When did he say that he wanted the doll by? Was it
Today.
the current day today? Okay. Was it end of the day? Did he say? Or did he not specify?
End of the day. Yeah.
Okay.
And then after he told Blinsky that, you guys pieced together that he went to the Blue Water Inn looking for Irina, didn't find her, wrecked it, and then went to St. Angel's Church looking for Irina, beat up Roe, found Irina.
Okay. Yeah, so actually, if he has Irina, he might not give a shit about the doll anymore.
So we're storming this house by nightfall.
If he doesn't come out, then yeah, I say we go in.
Any of us stealthy enough to walk around this building unseen?
I mean, if this was a D20 role-playing game, I have a +11 to thievery.
Plus 11. Jeez.
It's really good, and it hasn't come up very much yet.
I would love if you stealth around this building. I only have a plus 8.
I mean, I can look around.
I mean, only if you want to. I don't want to put you out.
Let's see how I do here.
I'm good at one thing, and it's performance.
Choo choo Charlie. All right.
Let me just see what I can do here.
Yeah, I'll take a gander.
Underline frock. You just want to do a circuit of the house?
Yeah, I'll
What are we
peek in
doing?
a couple of windows if I can.
Sure. Oh,
I
did I
didn't know
never
there
actually
was...
take you back to the map? I thought I took everyone back to the map.
No, we're here, dog.
Sorry,
Weird.
one sec.
I didn't know I could meander around here. Stare at this window. Stare at
Yeah.
this window.
So as you're sneaking around, you see there it seems to be a small parlor room. In there you see, yep, you see the lady of the house who's sitting at the dining table. She has a glass of wine in front of her and seems to be working on some paperwork. In here is like a kitchen prep room where I'll say, yeah, you see a cook in there. Seems to be currently chopping up some vegetables, throwing them in a stock bowl. Door,
Back door.
kitchen.
Kitchen still.
And I can let you know. In here is a sparse bedroom with four beds and some chests. Looks to be very plain. You know what?
For the help.
You've been in people's houses before. You've been in rich people's houses before. This is like a servant's room.
Servant room. Yep.
Servants' quarters. Yeah. Usually that's on the ground floor near all their workplaces. Like a sitting den. Seems comfy.
Hi, Silas.
All right.
On the let's see, on the second floor, what kind of windows you see up there? There are windows along both of the long edges of the house.
Silas, could you see anything in the second store windows?
You would
I
have seen
mean,
anything. There were some lights on up there.
some lights on up there.
Scanning around on the map myself, but I don't think you would have seen any people or anything. As you recall, walking through it before, most of the windows were inside a hallway that connected a lot of the rooms. So you're at least on the south side of the building. It's basically just like hallway windows.
So we could either storm the place or just infiltrate it. But there's a kitchen in the back, a sitting room in the.
There's a window up
So,
there on the second floor. There's a bunch of windows on the south side. 4 of them on the south side that you remember all go into a hallway. There is one window on the second floor over here, which, yeah, you would have gone. That's in the master bedroom. And another window over here on the second floor, but you're not really sure where that goes.
That's what we want.
Couple entry points if we wanted to sneak our way in. But yeah, I don't know.
Well, unfortunately, it seems like at this point, he ain't leaving.
Well, we've got an hour till this wine takes effect, at least after he drinks it. Who knows how long that'll take. And if he's not going to leave till the end of the day, we could be stuck here for a while. And Lee kind of like posts up against the wall of a nearby building and leans back and just
So we're
assumes
just
like
gonna
a waiting stance.
just gonna wait, huh? All right. Well, Silas is gonna find somewhere a little bit more out of sight, and he's gonna pull out his alchemy kit and just start dicking around.
Taking around. Dicking in the kit.
Did Silas see anywhere that we could climb up when he was running around the outside?
Yeah, were there any lattices?
Conveniently placed trellis.
Yes, that's what I'm looking for.
No, it is a stone block building, and it's an older building. So there are plenty of it's not going to be a terribly hard thing. But if you're doing this in the middle of the day, the street side is over here.
Mm-hmm.
So at least the front might be a little tricky, or the sides will be a little bit visible from the top or the bottom sides of the house would be a little bit exposed to here.
Oh.
So yeah, it's basically like plaster, but it's kind of cracked and worn in many places. So you're looking at it from the street side here. See, there's the 4 windows on the second floor. Those all go into the hallway. There's one around the opposite side of the house we can't see. So basically the 2 sides of the house you can't see on the second floor. And then there's that great big window which opens out into the hallway on the second floor as well. The ones up on the top are windows that go into Victor's workshop in the attic. These guys up here.
So we wait until night and we climb into one of the windows. On the back side of the house, is it pretty open, like people can see, or is it like kind of nestled back?
It's nestled back there. It looks like there's like a little alleyway. There's like an alleyway between buildings back there.
Okay.
Looks like a service alleyway that maybe the house staff would use to like take supplies in and out of the kitchen or refuse, that kind of thing.
But no other.
Definitely less exposed back there.
Is there a door or anything in the back?
Yeah, there's a door that goes into the kitchen. There's I think a window into the kitchen, and then there's a window on the second floor as well in the back.
What if we climb to the second floor and we infiltrate through there?
Invite him inside.
It's not the best idea, but if he's not coming out, we're gonna have to go in.
We still have to wait a few hours at least anyway.
Absolutely. Lee, you think you could climb that building?
No question.
Now, Lee, you don't have to wait a couple hours.
True. I don't have to wait, but I'm not stupid enough to go in alone.
Sure.
Right.
I look a little offended, but not a lot. Just a little bit.
I think since you guys have a couple hours in game to plan, now's a great time. We can call it here for the night. You guys have a week to talk about what you want to
Oh
do
my
as far
God.
as a plan of plan of assault.
Plan of assault attack.
And I can provide details and logistics as you guys would have had an opportunity with Silas' crazy sneaking scores to scope this place out and get follow-up questions and stuff too. But for tonight, I think that is a good place for us to wrap up. In Barovia.
Barovia.
So there's no like cardboard boxes we can hide in and no one see?
I mean, we could probably find some. How about like a potted plant?
Yes. What's that?